Hello, my name is Kim. I am a bilingual Spanish librarian at Multnomah County Library, and welcome to Novelties 2021. Today our topic is Caught Between Cultures, Characters Navigating a Bicultural Life. We see this navigation in the books I'll speak on today, as there are characters who visit their parents' home country for the first time, characters who are second-generation immigrants whose family culture at home contrasts with the dominant culture where they live, and characters who are biracial, navigating society and their relationships. Our featured book for this topic is What If a Fish by Annika Fajardo. On the cover, there is a Colombian-American boy sitting in a boat. It is nighttime. There is a medal around his neck, and there is a fishing pole in the boat. He is looking down at purple and blue water, filled with jellyfish and fish swimming up towards the fishing pole. Eddie is a half-Colombian, half-white 11-year-old boy who is born and raised in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's the summer, and some things have been tough. His best friend Liam just moved away. He has to deal with racist bullies, and since his dad, Eduardo Aguado Leon, died when he was younger, Eddie still thinks about and misses him a lot. But he's got his mom. He's got a new set of encyclopedias that he's learning a lot from. He is looking forward to partnering with a new friend, Cameron, for a fishing competition, a competition his dad won third in when he was younger, and he's looking forward to his half-brother, Big Eddie, visiting from Colombia. Except Big Eddie can't visit anymore. Big Eddie's abuela, his grandmother from his mother's side, is sick and wants to meet Eddie. So Eddie will be visiting Big Eddie and his abuela in Cartagena, Colombia instead, a country he's never been to. Now he has more things to look forward to, like meeting more family, fishing with Big Eddie, and learning about and seeing in person the country his dad grew up in. He'll also experience some magic, like a mysterious fish in the lake near his home in Minneapolis, and a visit from a ghost. Throughout all this, Eddie wonders what it means to be Colombian and American. He doesn't speak Spanish like Big Eddie. Liam said he didn't think Eddie was Colombian, but whenever Eddie meets someone new, they always ask him where he is from. Minneapolis. No, where are you really from? This experience might sound familiar to other people whose identities are caught between multiple cultures. What will Eddie learn about Colombia and his family? How will it feel for Eddie to go back to Minneapolis? How will Eddie learn to think about his Colombian identity and his American identity? Read and share this magical realist book so Eddie can tell you his story in his own words. Some discussion questions to explore for What If a Fish? Reacting to racism. When somebody says something racist to you or calls you a rude name, who do you go to talk to? What are some ways you heal from harmful words? What does family mean? Eddie and Abuela aren't related by blood, but they still are family and grow closer as they meet each other. What does family mean? Are there people in your life that aren't related by blood, but that you consider your family? How do you show your family that you care about them? Magical realism. Magic shows up in Eddie's otherwise realistic world through ghosts, mysterious creatures, and objects suddenly turning into something new. Why does Annika Fajardo include magic in her book? How does it show the characters' feelings or relationships? What about in our world? Where do we see magic in our own lives? Websites to continue exploring this story. Read the group guide that includes more discussion questions and activities from the publisher of this book, Simon & Schuster. Take a page from Annika Fajardo. Observation Challenge Part 1. Read about the moment that inspired author Annika Fajardo to write this book. What is magical realism? A short article from Book Riot describing more about the genre. Our next book is American as Paneer Pie by Supriya Gilkar. And on the cover we can see an Indian American girl swinging her legs as she sits on the crust of a huge piece of bread that has paneer, herbs, and tomato on top of it. Leica is an Indian American 11-year-old girl who lives in a suburb an hour away from Metro Detroit. She is hoping to make the swim team, is best friends with her neighbor Noah, and has a birthmark that looks like a bindi that she prefers to hide under her hair. She's waiting to see who will be living in the house her neighbor just moved out of, hoping it will be a family with a girl that she could have sleepovers with, since she isn't invited to any of her current classmates' sleepovers and is regularly picked on, especially by the bully Liam. Her family is the only Indian American family in her small town, a town that has a lot of people supporting a candidate for Senator, Abigail Winters, who is running an anti-immigrant campaign. That's why Leica is excited when she and Noah knock on their new neighbor's door on Halloween and another Indian American girl their age answers the door. Her name is Avantika, and Leica can't believe it. She says there would finally be someone to get it, to know what it's like to have two lives, your Indian life at home and your American life at school. Once Avantika introduces herself, a little of Leica's excitement goes away. Avantika has an accent and reveals that she is new to the country. Even after Leica's parents explain that she should be welcoming, that people don't have to look or speak a certain way to be treated with respect and as friends, Leica still has more to learn. Leica is teased enough already at school, so she knows she and Noah won't be able to protect Avantika. But Leica and the rest of her class are shocked when Avantika immediately stands up for herself and her culture when Liam tries to bully her. Leica is impressed by Avantika, so why does Leica feel like even more of a social outcast? And while Abigail Winters gets closer to becoming senator and a family friend is attacked for being Indian American, Leica still has trouble standing up for herself and her identity. But inspired by Avantika and recognizing the hate growing in her town, Leica knows that she cannot stay silent anymore. Will Leica be able to find her voice? What Lane by Tori Maldonado. And on the cover there is a biracial boy pulling on his black bracelet that says, "What Lane?" And on the left is a black friend, and on the right is a white friend. And they are standing together on a street with the neighborhood surrounding them. Brian is a 6th grader in New York. He is biracial, with a white protective mother and a black realist father. He loves superheroes like Spider-Man Miles Morales, basketball, and hanging out with his white best friend, Dan, even if Brian is still learning to speak his mind to Dan and shut down peer pressure. But Brian is speaking up more. He speaks up when a neighbor accuses him of knowing a bike thief just because they're both black. He speaks up when Brian's racist cousin Chad throws stereotypes at him. And he's having more conversations with his parents and his friend Wes about friendship, getting around the neighborhood, trust, the Black Lives Matter movement, and their identities. Brian has also been noticing that it feels like he's sticking to 2 lanes, one where he hangs out with his white friends, and another where he hangs out with his black friends. He starts wondering if he can make those lanes cross, if there are lanes he needs to avoid, and about making his own lanes. Read this for Brian's thoughts about how much his friends and family mean to him, the choices he makes, and how he lives in the world around him. Red, White, and Whole by Rajani Laraka. On the cover there is an Indian American girl with her hair up in the braid as she looks up to the night sky. In the background on the left there is a city, and on the right there is a suburb. Reha says, "I have 2 lives, one that is Indian, one that is not. During the week at school, where she's in 8th grade, she hangs out with her friend Rachel, talking about classes, boys, and the awful school lunches. On the weekends, her family visits with other Indian immigrants, and Reha gets to see her best friend Sunita. Having 2 lives can lead to different expectations, though. Reha's parents want her to focus on school and dress modestly, but Reha doesn't always feel Indian enough. For example, growing up in the US, she's never learned her parents' native languages. She'd also like to be able to participate in some typical American activities, like going to school dances and being able to wear a store-bought dress instead of one made by her mom. But when Reha's mom gets a serious illness, her focus changes, and she tries to be the daughter her parents have always wanted. But will Reha be able to stay true to herself with the support of her family and friends? Read Reha's story to find out. In the description of this video, you'll find links to a full list of the titles from all the Novelties videos, our other school corps presentations, and book discussion tips from Multnomah County Library. There is also a link to an evaluation where you can let us know what you think of these videos. We always appreciate hearing your thoughts and how we can improve. Finally, there is a link where you can find out more about School Corps, who we are, and what we can do for you. Thank you for watching.